often is this?
It's monthly because the VAT, just like the sales tax, is a monthly tax that you have to pay at the end of every month. Like right now, we are started receiving the returns from the for VAT for the first returns, because by the 15th of February, or before the 15th, all returns for January should be in our system. If you are late, if you go beyond the 15th, you may be penalized by charging you interest. You charge you interest and penalties. So this is a monthly tax which whatever you have collected, you have to do what the calculation necessary and then forward your return to GRA before the 15th of the following month.
Good. Now,
if I may come in there, I just want to make this point very, very clear. That here you have two mechanisms now for the businesses who are charged when they are doing their businesses, when they are charged VAT. You got two mechanisms for them to get their monies back. And we want to make this very, very clear here. The first mechanism is the ITC, that's the input tax credit. The very moment that when you imported the goods in the country and you are charged VAT, or you made a local purchase, and when you are making that local purchase, you are also charged VAT. When you sell that good or the service out, you also charge VAT, right? When you charge the VAT, you've paid on one side, you've received on this side, you set them off. At that very moment, you don't wait to come to GRA to tell them, well, this is what I have done. At that very moment, you set the two off. The remaining, the balance, is what you bring to GRA and pay with your return. Now, this is different. That's the first one. Now, it can happen that what you've paid is more than what you've received. So there and then you will be in a refund situation. Anytime you are in that refund situation, we'll push it to the next month. We tell you, okay, you are in a refund situation, let's push it to the next month. We push it to the next month, you come again, you are in the same refund situation, we push it to the third month. After the third month, then you can come and claim for your refund. Then it should be within 60 days for the Commissioner General to refund you your money. If not, the Commissioner General will also be charged interest. To bring fair play, that interest is not only levied on the taxpayers, but it's also levied on the Commissioner General if he failed to refund the person after 60 days.
So it means GRA itself is also obliged to settle its debts when it comes to such issues. One important question also, the registration of VAT, is it mandatory?
Yes, it is mandatory. If, for example, if two conditions, if somebody met two conditions here. One is if you have 1 million, your turnover, not your profit, but your gross receipt is 1 million or over. And that turnover should be taxable, only taxable supplies. Because somebody can be dealing in both taxable and exempt goods, right? Maybe you're selling rice. You're also selling, let's say, some supermarket products which are taxable, right? The rice you're selling may be up to, let's say, $10 million. The supermarket product or the products that you are selling that are taxable are only 300,000. So there and then you are not qualified to register. So it will become mandatory for you to register if the turnover is 1 million of a taxable supply. So basically that is it.
Now, of recent, there has been heated debate in the streets, you know, and everywhere in town. You know, VAT is in place, 2013 January, but a lot of businesses has also taken it as an advantage to increase their prices. What is your perception on this?
It is rather very, very unfortunate. The information we've given now, any person can evaluate that information and then will come to the conclusion that prices are not supposed to be hiked. You understand what I mean? The information we've given now, that the very moment businesses paid VAT, they're going to be refunded that month. They're going to get their monies back. And the other part of it is, the products that they are selling or the services that they are selling out, we are paying sales tax on. They were being levied sales tax
before the VAT,
before VAT, which is also 15%. That was 15%. This is also 15%.
Exactly.
So why the increase in the price? So that is not attribute. They cannot attribute that to VAT. Maybe they can attribute it to something else, but it cannot be attributed to VAT.
Now, I think this is even happening not only with electronics and other products, but this is happening with consumable goods, like basic commodities that we go to the shop and buy every day. But before I go any further, giving you back the mic, this is a live phone-in program. You can send in your comments or your questions by calling the numbers that will be displayed soon on your TV sets. For local calls, you have 4375905, 4375905, international line 200-220, 4373910, 00220 4373910. Mr. Sedikan, coming back to you also, as I said earlier, basic commodities, I don't think we expect this thing to rise because we've had several, other interesting programs that we had before January, but nonetheless, these prices are on the increase now.
Yes, it is. As I said before, it is rather unfortunate that not only goods and services that are vatable, if you can excuse that word. We're realizing hike in prices, but even commodities that are exempt supplies, like rice, sugar, those basic commodities are exempt as far as the VAT law is concerned. So people are just taking advantage. Businesses are just taking advantage to hike their prices, for their, profit here.
We have a caller there. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, I have a question with regards to the VAT.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the business.
Hello?
Doing the business, increasing prices. What are the action taken by GRAs?
Very good. I think that was exactly what was going to be my next question. Mati, since we are aware that there are some businesses who are taking advantage of this and, doing anything with the price, I say playing with pricing here, what is GRA doing? Because all of these businesses are registered businesses with GRA.
Not all of them, just to correct that, not all of them are registered businesses with GRA.
Okay.
Because most of the businesses that come to GRA to register, if they come, they are dealing in exempt supply like rice, sugar, only flour and cooking oil and so forth. We don't register them. If they are dealing only in consumable, like basic food stuff, they are not registered for VAT. And if you are not registered for VAT, you are not legally mandated to collect or charge any VAT on your goods. So we have to make that very clear. If you are not registered for VAT, you cannot charge VAT on your goods. So if you are dealing in those kind of supplies, you are just increasing your price for your own good, but you are not remitting those funds, or GRA will not collect those funds from you anyway. So those funds that you have levied on your goods are not going to government coffers. We only collect goods from registered businesses dealing in taxable supplies.
Come back to you. We have a caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Let's continue on the program model.
Okay. Okay, bismillah.
Manding call go ni moy aden wala la faro ti tubabu kawoto yo wala mol sila adu ngamira ko limbe programme ol kala abeta de nga fonna local kawoto isaje jama men ka la moy wol be man tubabu kawo moy
Okay.
ibaje la ko abe shono yala de
Okay.
because ade tubabu yo wala more confusing the body.
Okay.
Contribution on.
I think he made one important point there. The value added tax, we have the value and we have the added. I think this thing has to be made simple to their understanding also. But this is not the first time we have had programs like this where we also had other languages spoken. But for new viewers that are just joining us, I think it's important you can just explain a little bit about VAT for the benefit of the Mandinka listeners also.
Yo, abaraka bake, miya kumanduro ke wanyama. Ela kumanduro ni, nyini karo ni sene atale.